Originally released for the Super Famicom in 1994 by Sunsoft, Justice Ninja Cassie, or Shounen Ninja Sasuke as it was previously known, is a pretty curious beat'em up for the Nintendo 16-bit machine that, unfortunately, was never brought to the West. I mean, until now. Hello my friends and welcome to The Flying Kick, I am Savino and today we will take a look at Ratalaika's latest release and check if this old Japan exclusive was worth bringing back from the past. But before we jump into the game, I would like to thank all of you who stood around and sent messages asking about me while I was absent. So yeah, lots of things happened at once. I got really sick and then it was Carnival here in Brazil. After that I had to work a lot to help some developers. So yeah, I had absolutely no time for the channel and I was starting to get sad about it. But the storm is over and I'm back, so without further ado, let's talk about the game. If there's one thing that I really enjoy in beat'em ups is when the story doesn't take itself too seriously, and in Justice Ninja, that's exactly what you get. The story here is your typical princess in distress tale, but for absolutely no reason the game paints both the princess and her father as, well, not very bright persons. I mean, you can see by her face that's the case. Right after the kidnapping takes place, you appear announcing to her father that he doesn't have to explain the whole situation since you already know what was happening. This prompts the dad to ask why the heck you didn't appear earlier then. I mean, fair point. Despite the somewhat long intro, the game doesn't rely much on the story. After the intro, you will meet a few NPCs that will add a bit or two to the plot. You can talk to random people on the street, although they don't add much, and you will meet Pescaro, the green ninja, which will be a recurrent character in the game, and he is awesome, the poor guy. I usually don't care much about beat'em up stories, but this one I recommend you to follow. I mean, you don't have too many options since you can't skip it, so yeah. But seriously, it's a very silly and fun tale that will make you laugh from time to time unless you are made out of rocks or are dead inside. Visually, Justice Ninja is a 16-bit delight. While the game doesn't rely on many effects that the Super Famicom offered, the art style is beautiful, the characters are pretty charming and the backgrounds, despite being flat, are very well made. The game's world is fairly big, so you'll be visiting a ton of different scenarios and entering buildings, caves and deep dark forests. The animation is simple overall, but in line with what was expected at the time. There are a few highlights here, like the main character's walk cycle, which is adorable, but you and your enemy's moves are basically a frame or two. I really enjoy the graphics here. It has something of Goemon and River City Ransom that feels just right. The colors are great. I mean, this is the Super Famicom, so of course the colors are great. And the amount of details you can find on the backgrounds, especially indoors, is pretty cool. It may not be the most gorgeous game on the system, but is undoubtedly a pretty one. When it comes to the sound, the game is competent. There is a small variety of sounds for the different attacks, both yours and from your enemies, but honestly it's not impressive or noteworthy, even for the time. The music is fun and there are a lot of tracks here. They will sound vaguely familiar if you played any River City game before. I don't think the tracks are as good or memorable as the one from Tecno's Classic, but they work pretty well here. I mean, it's clear that Sunsoft was very inspired by River City. Take a listen to this. Overall, the sound here is, as I said, competent. It fits the game perfectly and you will enjoy what you listen to while playing, but I don't think there's anything here that sticks with you after you put the controller down. Now, one thing that this game does absolutely right and will stick with you for a long time is the gameplay. As you may have noticed already, this game is heavily influenced by River City Ransom, but they improved some of the mechanics for the better. You have the basics like an open world to explore with peaceful areas and areas where enemies will always spawn. Your enemies will explode in coins after being defeated, and you can use these coins to buy food, gear, and special items that we will take a look at soon. There are a ton of shops around the game, and some of them are hidden in the background, so you have to explore a lot to find some of the best items and deals in the land. This is actually a pretty cool feature in this game. Exploring is way more important and rewarding than in River City. You will find not only unique shops but also unique enemies, a few encounters with Pescado, and a lot of other stuff that can or not help you. So, looking for doors, paths, and suspicious walls is the way to go here. Like in River City, your character will upgrade from time to time, and you can check how much health, your level, and how much XP you have by checking your stats on the pause menu. Here you also can select and use items, change your gear, and use health packs at any moment. You can also save at any moment by using this item here. You have to buy this rack item, but it's fairly cheap and it lasts forever. Or at least it looks like it. I used it a few times, but this version comes with a way more convenient quick save feature, so I ended up using it more. Now, when it comes to the combat, Justice Ninja is pretty fun, but there are some caveats. Talking first about the bad part, the feel of the combat is not that great, the hitboxes are a bit off sometimes, and the enemies can easily overtake you while you're attacking. But at the same time, the game is so frantic, so crazy, that you will love what's in store here. To begin with, you have 3 attacks and a jump. These attacks, when you start the game, are a punch, a kick, and a special move, where you trick your enemy with a log. You guys know the one. You have a small basic combo when punching, and your kick will knock enemies down with 1 hit, which is perfect to use against larger groups. You also have a flying kick that you can unleash by pressing any button after jumping, including jump. Your flying kick is pretty awesome. You can bounce on enemies' head as much as you want, ricocheting like a crazy bullet. Pro tip: you can use the same move to climb some walls. Now, one thing that's very unique in this game is that you can change any one of these 3 attacks to anything you want. It's pretty cool. As I said, you can buy gear in the game. While there isn't too much variety, there is enough stuff to make your character unique. You can buy different special attacks and use 2 or 3 at the same time if you want. You can buy different swords and use them where you want. You have ninja stars and, of course, you have food items that increase the amount of specials you can unleash, and the save feature that I mentioned earlier. And this is where the meat of the game is. You will have a lot of fun, not only with the crazy fast combat, but also with customizing your character to face any situation the game will throw at you. And believe me, there are a lot of crazy enemies in this game. Unfortunately, while there are a lot of different enemies, their behavior is basically the same aside from the occasional ninja star thrower or these wizard guys that can turn you into broccoli. Justice Ninja is not hard at all. The game is pretty fair, and even with enemies being annoying, they won't deal a lot of damage and you can easily replenish your health at any time you want. The in-game save feature also makes everything pretty simple, although the new release makes it even simpler. You can beat the game in 1 hour or less, but you can spend a lot of time here exploring everything or grinding your way up to buy the best gear before facing the final boss. You may also lose some time wandering around asking yourself what to do next, but while the map is fairly big, you will never have to cross it from one side to another to complete a quest. Everything you need will always be 2 or 3 screens away from you. If you're not finding where to go next, that's probably because there's a door in the background that you didn't find yet. When it comes to the release itself, the package is pretty good. You have tons of video options like scale mode, scale factor, and even some shaders like CRT or phosphorus. You can remap all your special inputs like quick save, quick load, rewind, turbo speed, etc. And if you're a keyboard player, you can remap every button at your liking. Controllers can't be remapped unfortunately, but it's not bad at all. You can even change how often the game autosave and the speed of the rewind and turbo features. Oh, and you also have some cheats if you need them, but trust me, you won't, the game is fair. You also have some extra content like a jukebox, a quote-unquote sprite sheet, box art, and the manual, although it's only in Japanese, which is unfortunate for us who can't read it. The game runs, obviously, through emulation, and while things look solid, you will see some visual glitches here and there, but nothing that will ruin your fun. You have some flicker and slowdowns too, but you can solve most of it by clicking in this option here. You can play this one with a friend, and aside from the story mode, you also have an arcade mode that's pretty challenging and an awesome addition that adds a lot of replayability. Overall, Justice Ninja Castle is a delight. The game has its flaws, but the experience is so fun that you easily overlook it. Aside from that, the game is very replayable thanks to the character customization and different endings and modes. The game is available right now for Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation, and it will cost you only $6. This is an easy recommendation from me, not only because the game is fun, but also thanks to the solid package and the efforts of bringing this game to the West for the first time. And that's it for the review, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you made this far, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing for more beaten up things in your life. I will be back this Sunday talking about 5 awesome medieval beaten ups, but until then, I hope you all have an awesome week. And remember, keep it up.